So the past 4 days have continued to just drizzle. I don't know what drizzle means, just this constant little bit of rain that doesn't really do very much. It's just kind of annoying and makes everything really, really muggy on a warm. It starts to get pretty warm around lunchtime in this shed if it's any more than about 28 degrees. So we've been making the most of the past few days where it has been nice and cool. 4 days of just constant drizzle. I feel like this must be what it's like to live in England. Shout out to our English followers. So yeah, we have got so much done in the shed. We have moved so much, given so much away. Even if we didn't have very much to begin with, we've given even more away. Brett has been focusing on the caravan. So because it gets so warm because of the light up there, and also because it's a shed, there is installation on the back of these shelves, but it's, you know, it's still a shed. If you don't know what a shed is, it's just iron and stuff, and it makes a building so you can store stuff in it. So we've put sheets up on all the things that we've already sorted out, and I'm just about to put this up the top there, and then I'll finish that shelf bit there. But my mum made a really good point that if mum and I and Brett, but obviously my mum is a very handy dandy person, and so these are drawers that we had in our old house that we built into one of our wardrobes, and so we've kept everything to do with these shelves because they're really, really sturdy. So we've kept them, and so mum was like, well, if you want to keep them to make them again, then you need to store stuff in them. So I've tipped this one, there's all stuff in here to do with this, and so I've tipped it upside down and been able to put Brett's sub on top of it and wrap it up. He loves this stuff, he's very precious of it. And then this is Brett's tool corner, and car stuff and speaker stuff and electronics and whatever. So we've got a whole heap of fluid over there, and then we got a whole heap of tools. Some of them are tools like down the bottom from his like great grandfather, so we're keeping them down the bottom there because they're special. But this is also an area that like our family can come and grab stuff from if they need to, for whatever reason. I doubt they will, but if they do, it's there. And then we got all these drawers here as well, but these have got lots of different things in them to do with electronics, or to do with car stuff, or to do with tools, or to do with special things to do with the cars. And then this has all of Brett's biggest stuff for his cars in them. This is a car wash bucket that I know my brother will be using all the time when we're not here. But all the other bigger things like springs and stuff that he's taken out of the car. And then behind this is boxes full of like linen up there in our ottoman, and so we'll be able to get in there and change it over, so when it comes winter time, because it's summertime, we'll just jump up there on a ladder and grab our winter gear out. Kept one of the sheets out because this is a flannelette one, just in case we go somewhere and it is a little cold, because it is Australia. We get lots and lots of hot days, very minimal cold days, but when it's cold, and especially if we travel up north, it gets very cold at night time and very hot during the day. So we'll need, so kept one of them out of all of the things, but everything else is right up there. And then there's just a few boxes behind here that I can't really get into. They're just kind of stacked on top of each other. Things like books and Tupperware and glassware, and like stuff that people said you should keep so you can use it again and you don't have to go and find it. But when I talk about electronics in here, I'm not talking about like TVs and things like that. I'm talking more about PlayStation and Xbox and those types of things. My uncle gave us these containers, and I thought, yeah, that'd be pretty useful. They stack inside of each other, like that. Really useful, but no, not really anymore. just like this yellow container, but no more room for that. And then these ones, I was like, oh yeah, they're square, and they got a little contain, like little things on the sides that'll be really helpful for me with my low vision. And once again, they stack inside of each other, but in the end, no, not really. So now they'll go in the probably never get used pile of the box. However, these square containers that I thought would be handy are actually going to become quite handy. So these little ones, and they've got lids and they're flexible, so they are going to be helpful. And not quite sure yet, I haven't had to have many meals in the caravan yet to see whether these plastic salt and pepper shakers from the 70s are going to be helpful or not. Who knows? Oh, and it's got a lid. Does it fit? Did I do good? Yes, it does. Yay! Another thing that I'm not sure whether it's going to come in handy is these bags, boxes. I've had these for quite some time and they've just been full of stuff in our shed, well, our gym that we used to have at our old house in the suburbs. And yeah, it's got like my little tag on it from when I used to go to hospital all the time. And not sure whether they're going to come in handy, but they are going to go in the, I'm going to take to the caravan when we go and see Brett, pile of things, as well as this in there.